Hey there, children of the damned. It's your old pal Diablo, back once again with the Netherworld Videozine. And it's been a very short turnaround here between episodes. And, we just want to get into a rhythm here and knock these fuckers out. And, thanks for the feedback and interaction from the last episode, the very special, long as fuck episode, and you know, thank you for new subscribers and for checking us out here on the fucking YouTube. Today, I want to do something a little different, and today's segment is called Final Girls and Twist Ending First Times. And as we all know, the final girl is something that is popular and everybody has their favorites nowadays. Now, the term final girl was actually coined in 1992 by author Carol J. Clover in her book, Men, Women, and Chainsaws Gender in the Modern Horror Film. Now, I never read the book, but I did read that it was Carol that coined that term, final girl. And there's even been movies. There's a movie with Abigail Breslin called The Final Girl. There's a movie with Tessa Farmiga and Maylene Ackerman called The Final Girls. And that's kind of a cool movie in a movie slasher flick. Very cool. So check that out. The OG Final Girl. And this is a popular opinion. And she's emblazoned on my t shirt today. And the fucking OG, Sally Hardesty from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre from 1974, brought to life by the iconic actress Marilyn Burns. Now, Sally is considered that OG final girl because that's a seminal role. And she survived the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And even though she doesn't reprise her role in the second, it's still a very iconic role. And she gets that distinction and honor of being that OG badass final girl. And I fucking love Sally. Another of arguably the original final girls, and honestly, there's only one other real rival to this pivotal role as far as being featured in subsequent sequels throughout the years, but Laurie Strode from the original 1978 Halloween. Laurie not only survived the babysitter murders on Halloween night, but lived through the ordeal at Haddonfield Memorial Hospital in the early morning hours of Samhain. Jamie Lee Curtis appeared again as Laurie Strode many years later in H2O, 20 years later, and Halloween Resurrection, before seemingly having the character killed off. But as we all know, and as very popular as it is today, there are the 2018 David Gordon Green mythology Halloween movies. Halloween, which should be Halloween 2 because it's a sequel to the original. Halloween Kills, which people either love or fucking hate with a passion. There is no in between. And the forthcoming Halloween ends. And will it truly end? Not if there's fucking money to be made. And in Hollywood, there always is, because they'll whore themselves out for a nickel and a dime. As popular as the Halloween films are, and as iconic as Michael Myers is a movie maniac, horror villain, icon, fucking superhero, and idol of many, in 1980, the Friday the 13th film series began. The final girl of the original Friday the 13th is Alice, portrayed by Adrienne King. Now, I love the original Friday the 13th. Love it. I loved Alice. She was one of my favorite characters in the movie. She survives in Friday the 13th. And I say these titles over and over again as if you're not following along with what I'm fucking talking about. And that's a fault of my own that I've got to overcome, because if we're talking about Friday the 13th, I don't need to fucking say we're talking about Friday the 13th still. But god damn it. But now we're moving on to Friday the 13th part 2, a year later in 1981, and my personal favorite Friday the 13th final girl, and actually right up there at the top with Sally from Texas Chainsaw Massacre as perhaps my favorite of all. Ginny Fields, portrayed by the beautiful Amy Steele. She has the distinction and honor of being the first final girl to survive the onslaught of Jason Voorhees as he makes his first appearance in that film, which I consider the best Friday the 13th film in the franchise. And Ginny Fields, Amy Steele, fucking turns me on. I love Amy Steele. Fucking love Amy Steele. Many others will say it was Dana Kimmel as Chris in Friday the 13th Part 3. That's their favorite. And I love Friday the 13th Part 3. I saw that opening day in 3D in the movie theater with my best friend Dieter and my dad. And a lot of it, we laughed our asses off because it's just so much goddamn fun, especially in 3D. You gotta love the killings and fucking eyeballs and shit flopping out at you. I remember that little rat that runs across the fucking board that comes right up in your face. Fucking great. Honorable mention, Kimberly Beck plays Trish in Friday the 13th Part 4, the final chapter. And we'll consider her, Trish, a final girl as she makes it to the end. It's actually Corey Feldman as Tommy Jarvis that is the main detractor that seemingly kills Jason. It was called the final chapter after all, but there's money to be made still. If there was one final girl that really gave Jason a run for his money, it was Tina, portrayed by Lar Park Lincoln in the 1988 entry, Friday the 13th Part 7, The New Blood. Again, this is another one that people either love it or hate it. There's no in between. It's one of my sentimental favorites because Kane Hodder's Jason just looks the fucking coolest of all the fucking Jasons, even though I love Baghead Jason in part 2. Probably the most, but that's a really great Jason. And Tina fucks with him. She fucks with him. Great flick. A lot of fucking fun. Nancy Thompson, portrayed by Heather Langenkamp in 1984's A Nightmare on Elm Street. Now, she is a final girl because she survived the terror of Freddy Krueger in the Nightmare realm. And all her friends got fucking snuffed out, and her mother gets it. In the fucking the twist end. Um, but Nancy comes back in a Nightmare on Elm Street Part 3 in '87, um, and dies. So just like Alice in Friday the 13th, the original, I didn't mention, she dies in the sequel, But anyways, I guess Patricia Arquette could actually be considered the final girl in Dream Warriors, Nightmare on Elm Street 3. I didn't think about that until right now. So that one's right off the top of my head, folks. Huh? I'm always thinking about this shit. When it comes to those OG final girls, and much like Sally in Texas Chainsaw Massacre, these seminal roles that fucking just really left their mark in more ways than one. Ripley, the fucking OG badass from Alien in 1979. In 1979, I was 11 years old. And you could do the math if you want to figure out how fucking old I am now. I don't give a fuck. I'm old. But it was Ripley that survived that first encounter with that fucking xenomorph, in what we later find out was LV 426. LV 426? Some shit like that. The planet where the fucking the alien, which we called them just alien in the original. We didn't call them xenomorph until 1986 in Aliens. Again, Sigourney Weaver went on to be in Aliens in 1986, Alien 3 in 1992, and then in Alien Resurrection, another one of those love it or hate it films from 1987, along with Winona Ryder, which I love. Alien Resurrection. I just think it's a fucking cool movie. I saw that shit 4 times in the fucking theater. It was just so much fucking fun, and it was so great to see her in a different role, because Ripley is a clone in Alien Resurrection. So she's kind of a badass. What are you doing? Quit pulling on the mattress. You're crazy. In 1979, I was 11 years old, and Alien was the very first horror sci-fi film that I ever seen. So the fucking terror of that super fucking loud movie, I saw it at the Egyptian Theater in Hollywood opening weekend, was just, it blew my mind, and I'm coming from being into Star Wars and Battlestar Galactica, sort of sci-fi, Jason and the Argonauts, fucking The Day the Earth Stood Still, the old, classic sci-fi. Fucking Alien blew my mind. But the one other thing that Alien had, and just falling in line with the theme of first times, it was Sigourney Weaver in that fucking little tank top and low strung panties. I believe that set me on my way to puberty, because at 11 years old, she fucking turned me on, and I didn't know what the fuck was happening inside of me. But it's Ripley's ass crack and her pert nipples. That's the reason Diablo is so fucking horny. Still, to this day. Thank you, Ripley. An honorable mention here, and going with the theme of final girls and predating even Sally Hardesty in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, is Tiffany Bowling in the 1973 film Wicked Wicked, filmed in Duovision. The action happens on the left. No. on the left and right of the screen. That may be left and right for you on your left or right. Never mind. Dual screen. And it's a novel idea and a gimmick that, they only use it for certain scenes in movies nowadays. I can't off the top of my head think of any that actually use that. But, there's split screen stuff that happens in movies, all movies, not just horror, but, all genres. But different scenes on each side of the screen happening at the same time. And it's a cool gimmick. But Tiffany Bowling, who is just 70s fucking hot, man. Just a hot fucking mama. And she plays a singer in Wicked Wicked. And she's got a gig at this hotel slash resort kind of place. And she gets this singing gig. And there's a killer who is killing blondes. And she actually has she's a brunette. She's got kind of brownish hair. So at first she's not, targeted by the killer who's got a thing for fucking shanking blondes. But, changes her hair to blonde. And so then she's a fodder for the psycho. Tiffany Bowling. Fuck. She's just smoking hot. And the following year, 1974, she's in The Centerfold Girls, which is another great flick that falls under the Final Girls thing that I'm doing. Not so much as a twist ending. Centerfold Girls, I mention also because, like William Lustig's classic Maniac, we know who the killer is, from the very beginning. So the movie relies heavily on the performance of the lead, Joe Spinell as Frank Zito, a fucking the fucking grand slam, knock it out of the fucking park performance in Maniac. And Andrew Prine as Clement Dunn in The Centerfold Girls. The movie really relies on that performance, his performance. Fucking just fantastic shit. Again, there's no real twist ending, but Tiffany Bowling, OG Final Girl, you be the judge. C, The Centerfold Girls. Moving on from Final Girls to twist ending first times. And the reason I go with that title for the segment, which I don't usually title segments, I just do the segments and fucking babble on my fucking shit. But some movies that we see, some horror movies that we see that first time, the twist ending fucking is what we remember and what blows our mind. You've got some fucking great reveals in very inventive, cool, iconic classics like Pieces from 1982. Great twist ending in that one, in that the reveal of the killer, I would say. Second would be Nightmares, aka Nightmares in a Damaged Brain from 1981. The twist ending in that is very brief, and it's really limited to the final fucking sentence or line in the film that, whoa, fucking shit, gives you the twist ending. The reason I say twist ending first times is because these twist endings, they really only work in blowing your mind or making you go, oh, fuck. that first time. And much like our own first time, it's memorable, either good or bad. Mine wasn't particularly that good. Um, but it's that first time that we see it that really leaves the impression. Now, seeing the film again, if we have, if we really like it, if we've grown to love the film and consider it one of our favorites, we watch them again. You know, it's just like anything. You know, you watch Jaws because you love the fucking movie, but sadly, Captain Quint fucking dies every time you see it, and the shark gets blown the fuck up. But you watch the film in hoping that Quint lives and that the taxidermy man back home, he has a heart attack when he sees him. The shark. But anyway. The one fucking horror film that I think just has one of the fucking greatest twist ending reveals that, you know, blows a lot of people's minds. And again, you either really like it or you hate it, and it just depends, you know. But 1983's Sleepaway Camp, starring the adorable fucking Felissa Rose. I love Felissa Rose. I love the character of Angela, and perhaps it aroused some sort of latent bisexuality in me, because I did like or love Angela that much. Whatever. Judge me, hate me, think differently of me. I don't give a fuck. Another film that the twist ending works and blows your mind, and you either think it's fucking stupid or you think it's a novel idea, is April Fool's Day from 1986. And a group of college friends meet at their kind of upper crusty, kooky friends, like island home, you know, like a fucking vacation home on an island. They all get together for a weekend of fun and sun and fucking, and start getting knocked off one by one in inventive ways. 1986, you're in the midst of not only the summer of horror, but the middle of the golden age of fucking horror, in my opinion, because I grew up in the 80s. So you've got people that are going to say that the 90s horror was where it's at, or 2000s is where it's at, or that modern horror kicks old horror's ass, and the fucking classics just aren't effective anymore, and The Exorcist isn't scary, it's kind of stupid, and again, fuck you. Cool, inventive twist ending in April Fool's Day, which again works that first time, you know, and you go, fucking shit, and either scratch your head, roll your eyes, or you laugh, or, you know, you enjoy it. But works the first time, but when you see it again, as much as you enjoy the film, you know the ending has already been revealed to you. So you see it kind of differently, you know. Subsequent viewings. It's still a great fucking film, and also stars Amy Steele, a luscious 80s horror babe. Horror babe. All one word. Girls' Night Out is a often overlooked slasher flick, and fucking is so much fun, and just the horror tropes of the slasher genre are there. It's very character driven. It's from 1982, which 81 and 82 were banner fucking years for horror. Just fucking great movies came out. You know, I could list them, but I'm not gonna right now, just for time's sake. I'm not gonna. But if you remember, 81, 82, fucking those are the years, man. Those are the years. Um, Anyhow, girls' night out. Um, a bunch of college kids, you know, they're living on campus, you know, sororities and sororities and what's the male equivalent of a sorority? I don't know. But anyway, so you've got, you know, the guys from the basketball team, you've got the fucking stoners on campus, you've got the mean girls, the sexy girls, the fucking stupid girls, equally stupid guys. But anyways, they're having a scavenger hunt happening overnight, and the killer uses the school mascot outfit, and it's a bear. It's a big fuzzy bear, which I thought was cool. And they have these knives. They fucking the killer affixes with tape, and you know, this fucking handle, and so the bear's claw actually, you know, a great fucking movie, often overlooked and very rarely talked about. Fucking Girls Night Out kicks major fucking ass. Great fucking movie. And a great role for Rutanya Alda, who appeared in Amityville 2, The Possession. She was the mother in Amityville 2, The Possession, another classic, but that has nothing to do with our twist ending first times. Just thrown in there because she was also in that, you know. Just like I mentioned, Amy Steele was an April Fool's Day as well. It's just a reason to mention Amy Steele again. A movie that I never run into people talking about. Again, from the banner year of 1982, a fucking great slasher flick with a fucking cool twist ending, is Unhinged. And you know, it's just fucking cool. It has a low budget you know, feel to it, very grindhouse-esque, I guess, and kind of sleazy, you know, but it's just fucking great. Three girls, Terry, Nancy, and Gloria, get together, and they're driving to a music festival. And on their drive, it starts raining, and they crash their car. They eat shit. They hit a fucking fallen branch and fucking eat shit in the ditch. Next thing you know, they wake up, and Nancy, one of the girls wakes up, and she's in a room with this man and this woman named Marion, and they say, "Oh, you know, you crashed in the ditch, and we brought you to our house." And it's the house, the mansion owned by Marion's mother, Edith Primrose, the Primroses. And they take them in. One of the girls has like a head injury. The one that was sitting in the back, you know, ate shit a little worse than the other two. And so she's, you know, in her room. The other girls, they meet Edith, and they're dining with Mary and Edith. Edith appears to be off her fucking rocker, acting very weird. Great fucking performance by the elderly actress who plays Edith Primrose. Classic fucking role. And I'm recommending this. I'm highly recommending this film to you. If you've never heard of it, look it up. See if you can fucking score a copy, because Unhinged is fucking great. As the girls are spending the night in this big secluded mansion, there's some sort of heavy breathing weirdo that's peeping at them. And you see somebody wandering out in the rain with like a rain slicker. It appears to be a male. Marion says there's nobody else here, besides the man that helped get them out of the ditch, and brought them. And he just does odd jobs for the Primroses. But is he a suspect? Is he a red herring and possibly the killer? Yes. This heavy breathing weirdo is lurking around and peeping at the girls through holes as they bathe and wearing their skivvies and stuff. And so at one point, Nancy says, there's no phone here. I should, go into town and call our parents so they don't worry about us. And so she ventures out and goes through the woods, which she's already been, warned that it's not a good idea. It's dangerous terrain. Well, as she comes out into a clearing, a scythe-wielding cloaked figure fucking slices her up real nice, and we get a little of the red groovy in a great fucking scene. And Unhinged goes on to be one of those fucking great fucking twist ending first times that I think you'll fucking enjoy, and just enjoy so much like the others that I've recommended to you, that I think you'll love them and give them repeated viewings. Check it out, man. It's some good shit. Well, there you have it, kids. It's the Netherworld Videozine once again. I want to thank you for viewing. I want to thank my new subscribers and people that have messaged and texted their words of encouragement and enthusiasm for what we're doing. I love constructive criticism. It doesn't mean that I'm going to take it to heart. It doesn't mean I'm going to get mad at you. If there's something you like or something that you don't like, let me know, because I'm always hoping to improve the quality of the Netherworld Videozine. I want to thank you all for viewing today, and I want to tell you from the bottom of my heart, take care of yourself. God damn it. At the end, all we've got is ourselves. And if we don't love ourselves, well, who the fuck's going to love us? Nobody. Take care of yourselves. We'll see you next time on the Netherworld Videozine. Okay.